Kids for Love. It's a project, a mission, and a radio show. Join Deborah Beauvais as she highlights her young co-hosts. Listen to their inspirational stories in starting nonprofits and their life work to help other kids in need. We'll learn from these conscious kids how serving others can heal our own lives while spreading love to the masses. We invite you to join in for spirited conversation filled with creative ideas and possibilities to start your own mission. Let's raise the bar together and cultivate a kinder world by getting inspired to help others in need. Kids for Love Project, celebrating kids that empower others.
Welcome, everyone, to the Kids for Love Project live radio show today. I'm Deborah Beauvais, the founder and owner of Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. And if you're tuning in for the first time, we are a Boston-based holistic internet radio station with all the bells and whistles. You can listen to us anywhere in the world, whether you're in the car, whether you're home, whether you're asking Alexa, all those different things. So that's the beauty of internet these days, and we are proud to be the media partner for the Omega Institute in Rhinebeck, New York. Well, we have a fun show for you and an educational show as well, because who we have is Jeria, ace author. She's the mom of two kids, and one of them, Jayah, who is 11 years old, is an All-American softball pitcher. And Jayah can't be with us today, so we are talking with her mom, because on top of all that, Jeria has authored a children's book called Girls Play Football Too by Authentic Endeavors Publishing. Now, Jeria is part of, she's a football player. She's part of WFLA, an elite pro foot tackle league coming later this year for the Atlantic Amazons. She's a mom. She owns Ace Gym. She's everything. So let's just bring her in and find out what she's all about. Welcome to the show, Jeria.
Thank you so much. I'm excited to be here.
Yes. And before we even get into it, let's put out the phone number. This is a live show. Bob's in the house, so if you call, he'll put you through. Number here is 833-220-1200. Again, 833-220-1200. So tell us a little bit about, well, let's start with the football. How did you get into being a football player? And tell us about what the Atlanta Amazons are all about, who owns it, what's going on there, what's coming.
Okay, got you. So, honestly, ever since I was little, I've always loved football. Football was my favorite sport. When I was in middle school, I actually had a permission slip that I took home to my parents, asking them to sign it so that I could be a part of our middle school football team. Of course, I would have been the only girl. My dad at the time was like, no way, he's not letting his daughter play football. So that kind of killed my dreams. But I've always loved the sport. I've, been to many, many games. And once I heard about the WFLA, which is going to be the first women's tackle league that's going to be similar to the NFL, where they're going to play their players, I heard about that on just social media. And I saw that they had like a way that you could try out where you can put together like almost like a highlight video and go to what they call like a combine, where they can, assess your talent and put you through different drills and things of that nature to see if you are good enough to be a part of the league. I saw that information go out. I pretty much showed up, sent my videos in, and I ended up getting a call from the owner of the league who said that, she was interested in my video. And then right after that, I got a call from the head coach of the Atlanta, the owner of the Atlanta Amazons, and she told me at that point that she saw my video and that she wanted to sign me. And ever since then, I've been a part of the league.
So were you jumping up and down when they called?
Yeah, definitely. I was completely shocked because it happened so fast. I would say I knew a lot of women who had done the same thing, but they hadn't received a call back. So I wasn't really, I wasn't expecting too much from it. I didn't know they had already had a draft like a few months prior to me sending my footage and everything in. So I didn't know, how many players they were still looking for. So honestly, I was super excited, definitely jumping up and down, and yeah, it was a great day.
Yeah. Now, is this the first of its kind, or are there other all-female pro tackle leagues?
Yeah, there actually are more other female pro tackle leagues, but this is the first one that's going to pay its players. So this one is the first one that is, it's pretty much mimics the NFL, where they'll be just like the NFL has 32 teams. We're going to have 32 teams as well. Right now we have about 27. We have a few more that still need to be bought. But it's pretty much just the same, just like the NFL with the 32 teams and how they pretty much run their league. Ours is going to be very similar to that, and every player is going to be paid, where the other leagues, they pay for free.
Wow. So that's going to be phenomenal for women and the kids, the girls coming up. Wow. Yeah. That's amazing. I didn't know that, Jeria, that all this was going on. Mm-hmm. And now it sounds like is the league owned by a woman?
Yes. Yep. It is. And if you guys, I'm not sure if you guys are on social media or anybody listening is on social media. If you follow the WFLA page on Instagram and Facebook, you'll see the teams, the owners, the league owners, and just all of the information highlighted via social media as well.
Wow. Well, we'll definitely check that out, and I want you to give that information out later in the show again. But all they have to do is Google WFLA, and it will come up as whether they're on Facebook or Instagram.
Wow. And the website as well. The website will come up too.
Okay, so is that the website, WFLA.com?
Yes.
Okay, great. So now it may seem like it's a natural segue to write a book, a children's book, but, how did that all come about? And again, the name of the book is Girls Play Football Too. And I have to say, Jeria, I love the way it's put together with the bonuses in the back, with coloring and different things, and the illustrations is just phenomenal.
Thank you. I had an amazing team who I worked with Teresa being, our publisher, and Aljon Inertia. He is my illustrator, and we worked really closely together. I let him know what my vision was, and he brought it to life. So, yeah, I'm definitely excited about the illustrations and how everything turned out. And I wanted it to be almost like an activity book. Most children, they read books and then they put it back on the shelf, and they just kind of, they go back to it when they want to. Sometimes they don't go back to it if it's not one of their favorites. But I wanted my book to be a little bit different, where it's interactive and it's more than just a read. It's an activity book as well. So I have the word search there. They can do the word search and, of course, the coloring pages, so that it's a fun activity book that they can utilize even after they're finished reading it.
Yes. I have to ask about the kids. It sounds like, since you're writing a children's book, that you have really brought the kids into reading. Is that something that you instilled when they were younger? I mean, I know they're already little, but have they been reading all along?
Yeah, so books in our house is really big. My kids love to read. They've always loved to read, from a young age. And I just encourage them to choose books that they're interested in as well. Of course, I introduce them to other books that they normally wouldn't choose, but most likely kids gravitate to what they're interested in. So I definitely use this as an opportunity to write something that I felt like could resonate with little girls. And I'm not sure if you guys follow the movement, but girls and flag football is becoming a really big thing across the country, where they're bringing in flag football into middle schools, into high schools, so that it's becoming available to our female athletes at an earlier age, just like youth football for boys is introduced when they're, about 4, 5, 6 in Little League. The same thing is happening for girls as far as the flag football platform. So I'm kind of using this as a segue just to kind of introduce the sport to little girls as well.
Okay. Now, when you say flag, what does that stand for?
So flag football is non-tackle. So they have a flag attached to their waist, and the same rules apply. The same rules apply as regular football, except for you don't tackle. So you pull the flag off the waist, and when you pull your flag off, that basically means that you got tackled.
Oh, that's wise, especially for the younger ones that are still developing in their brains and all that comes under that.
Definitely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So I didn't know that either, so that's good to know. But what excites me is the girls. You know, it seems like I'm all about women and men being balanced, not one over the other. And I think that's where we're going, as we evolve as a society, that everyone is equal regardless of anything, whether it's LGBTQ or whether, black and brown or Asian or whatever it may be. And all of this brings, it brings inclusivity where these little kids that are growing up who don't see color or anything like that are growing up with all these opportunities that will be there for them if they choose.
Yep, I agree.
It's exciting.
Definitely. Yeah, super exciting.
There's a lot going on in the world, but we need to elevate the things that are exciting, because that's what brings more. I'm all about love, Jeria. So it brings more love, and everyone will feel that and make different choices.
Absolutely.
Yes. So now, so tell us about the kids, because Jayah is 11, and she's actually the kids. Did you write the book, The Kids in Mind?
Yeah, so even though my daughter Jayah doesn't actually play football yet, she's going to start playing once she gets to middle school, and they bring flag football to her school. So she'll really start playing then, but she's around football, so she'll know the game, and she'll be ready to play as soon as she's able to. But absolutely, just because she is an athlete. She plays softball. She's an All-American pitcher, so she travels the country and pitches in different tournaments. She plays for the Duke University. They have a youth national team, so she plays on that national team, and they travel around the country playing in different high-level tournaments. So, and then my son, Jace, he's 7. He does play football. He's actually a star on the football field. So
at 7 years old.
Yeah, he is. He plays travel football. So he's really good. He actually is the real quarterback. He plays quarterback. Jayah will play quarterback as well. But, yeah, so I definitely kept with them in mind just because they're already competitors. They compete at a high level at their respective sports. So I definitely wanted them to be a part of the movement as well.
Very good. And he also would like to be a veterinarian.
Yeah, he loves animals. He talks about that all the time. So, yep, he would love to be a vet, and Jayah wants to be a doctor.
Wow. Wow. So tell us a little bit about the story. What's the theme of your book?
Correct. Okay, so it's basically about a girl named Jayah and her brother Jace. It starts off, it's actually going to end up being a 5-series book. This is just the first book in the series. So,
wow.
Right, so... Yeah, so the second one is going to come out within the next few months. We're putting, me and my team, and we're putting some last touches on the next book. But basically, this first book is about just a little girl named Jayah and her brother Jace. They're just in the neighborhood, and as when we were younger, you would always go outside and play with the neighborhood kids, and you guys would play, basketball or anything, kickball, whatever it is. So her and the kids in the neighborhood, they had like a football thing going where they would play football. So it became really big in the neighborhood, and they had decided to put together a big game that everybody in the neighborhood could come and watch. So it was pretty much her brother, and 3 other boys that live on her same street against some other kids on another street. And it's kind of like a street football game, right? So she was super excited about it. They practiced different plays and everything, and it basically was leading up to the big game. So in the big game, all of the kids, they would pretty much tease her team, saying that there's no way that they're going to win the big game with a girl as their quarterback. So her whole objective was to show them that girls play football too. So inevitably at the end, of course, her brother Jace, he makes the winning touchdown that she throws to him, and they win the game, and she pretty much proves to everybody that girls do indeed play football. So that's kind of how that first one ended. And then the next one is called Jayah Makes the Team, and in that one she's actually going to go a little bit further, and she's going to end up making her middle school football team, making it more, pretty much moving on to the next level from street football to actually playing in an organized league.
Which really could reflect what's actually happening with the kids' lives. Yeah.
Yes,
so that
sure.
I love the series idea, and even thinking of the kids that are sitting down to read just before they go to bed. Say it's with their the grandma or with the parent, and so you could have a different one each night, and then talk about it, and then color if you're doing it, earlier. Yeah. Also, all of them are going to be the activity books as well. That's kind of going to be the theme throughout the series. Yes, I love, because the creativity piece. That's how human beings thrive, on ideas and creating solutions and all of that. And so that's really, nurturing the kids to make that as a regular thing in their everyday life. So it's fun and it's exciting. So yes. So what is your, when you think about having this series, the first book, Girls Play Football Too, what is your hope and your objective? I mean, what was your intention with these?
Honestly, my hope is that little girls can understand that football is not just for boys. I know I grew up loving football. I always wanted to play, and I couldn't understand why there wasn't a league for us. I understood that, it may not be the best for the women to play with the boys. I definitely understood that as far as just the strength level, things of that nature, size, genetics. I understood that. But I always wanted a place where I could actually play and shine. So when I was growing up, we didn't have that. And now with the way of the world changing, and flag football and professional football for women is really just becoming really relevant, I want other little girls to grow up knowing that it's a possibility, not just a possibility in middle school and things of that nature, but with there being the WFLA, that's pretty much almost like the NFL. So how most little boys, they grow up, they play football their whole lives, and their whole goal is to be able to make it to the NFL, right? They work their whole lives for that moment to get signed and get a professional contract to not only just go to college and play, but also play at a top level. I wanted little girls to know that they have that same opportunity, and with everything that's happening with sports and women in sports, they will have that opportunity, and this book will play into that, because what the series does is the second book, she makes the middle school team. The next book after that, she goes to high school to play. The next book after that, she signs her collegiate scholarship, and she's going to play in college, and then after that, she's going to sign to the WFLA, which is pretty much the highest level of football that she could play. So it's kind of pretty much going to go in that order.
Right, and you're educating and empowering them that they, with this series, that it's tangible. They can see that this is a possibility. Like, back in the days, girls, when they first, some wanted to be in technology, and it was, poo-poo on that. And then even wanting to be a president someday. Girls can do anything they choose to do, just as well. So it's a matter of You know what it is? And this is so good about the series. If they don't see themselves, even on TV, if they don't see themselves there, they're not going to think that it's possible. But if they start seeing themselves on TV, they start seeing themselves in books and about these topics such as football, then they know, hey, I can do that. So, I mean, it's so, I don't know if you realize, but this is an important book that you're, and, objective that you're doing with the series. It's really going to make a difference in society.
Yeah, that's definitely my hope. And then, a quote that I live by, and whenever I do things, I always think about this, is if you see her, then you know that you can be her. So I really wanted to make it visible, to make little girls know that there's literally no limit to what they can achieve, and they'll be able to see that. They'll be able to see that in the story, and anything that I do in general, they'll be able to see that if I can do it, if I'm her, then you can also be her. So if you see her, then you know that you can be her, and that's what I really live by.
I love that. Yeah, I love that, Jeria. And you've also said that there is no limit to what you can achieve. Success to me means no boundaries and no limits. Well said.
Right. Thank you.
Well, we're coming up on a break. Could you give out your information, like if someone wanted to email you? I know you have a Gmail.
Yep. So you can email me at girlsplayfootball2, TOO, at gmail.com. That's my email address.
Okay. Could you repeat that again?
Yes, girlsplayfootball2, TOO, at gmail.com.
Very good. All right. Well, we're going to head for a break. The number, you can still call in. Bob is there for us. The number 833-220-1200. Back in a moment.
Invite the Kids for Love Project, an enrichment program, into your school, classroom, or wellness center. Kids for Love Project is focused on teaching kids unconditional love for self and others. The project is a journey into self-discovery. It consists of fun, creative tools to learn self-love, like I choose love, I am love, I stand in love, and utilizing one's energies with reconnective healing and tuning into one's intuition for inner guidance, plus connecting to our natural surroundings. Kids who hold love for self do not bully or harm others. Let's cultivate a kinder world that holds compassion for all. Teaching the power of love to our kids is the way. To learn more or to bring Kids for Love Project to your school, contact Deborah Beauvais, 508-226-1723. That's 508-226-1723. Or go to our Kids for Love Project on Facebook.
After narrowly surviving the attack on Sandy Hook Elementary, first grade teacher Caitlin Roy DeBellis was left searching for answers that would never come. Eventually, she chose to focus on questions that could be answered. How do I make sure this tragedy doesn't define us? How do we get our control back? Those two questions led her to found the 501c3 nonprofit organization Classes for Classes. When gifts poured into their classroom, she decided they would help someone else by paying it forward and being kind. This developed into a social network which allows K-8 classrooms to connect so that every student in the United States can learn these crucial lessons. Classes for Classes' mission is to build students' social-emotional intelligence by connecting them to care. All C4C projects are crowdfunded. Any teacher in the U.S. can visit classesforclasses.org. That's classes, the number 4, classes.org. Sign up today.
How can you make a difference on this crazy planet? Listen to nature-inspired stories and interviews with environmental educators for some new ideas. Sustainable Living News writer, nature walker, and youth educator Wendy Natterney-Fashon hosts the Story Walking Radio Hour to talk about issues that matter and to introduce you to people who are coming up with creative, sensible solutions. Let's engage with Earth, with Spirit, and with one another, heart to heart, to solve problems and co-create more meaningful life stories. Tune in to Nature's Loving Vibes every Monday at 9 a.m. and 9 p.m. here on the Dream Vision 7 Radio Network.
Delight your kids with an enchanting journey by reading the Paper Doll Kids children's book by Deborah Beauvais and Janine Sullivan. There's even a catchy tune, Kids for Love Song, produced by Bob Sherwood and sung by kids just like yours. The story weaves around 7 paper dolls flying around the world doing good deeds as they bring important attention to our endangered animal friends. There's even a magical ring with a universal message. Kids become interested in service projects, action through compassion, and planting seeds that nurture positive change. The Paper Doll Kids and Kids for Love Song are a production of the Kids for Love Project. Get the book now on Amazon Kindle and the song on CD Baby or iTunes.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
We can make a difference. We are gonna change the world one friend, one action at a time.
And we are back. You're hearing the kids. Actually, the Paper Doll Kids book is now hardcover, so you can get the Kindle or you can do the hardcover, which I prefer because we were just talking about that with Jeria, that you're reading the book to the kids and you can hold it, which I love. And then the song can be found on YouTube. You can buy it on Amazon for, I think it's 99 cents. But it's a song that was created, the words were created by Janine Sullivan, Willette Sullivan, and produced by Bob Sherwood. And it's just a neat song to bring kids together in kindness and love. So I believe we have a caller from Pennsylvania. Hello, caller. Is this Teresa?
Yes, it is Teresa Velarde. How are you, Deborah?
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Jeria, I just can't tell you how excited I am for all that you're bringing to the table for little girls.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Teresa. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. And I want to say, like, I've seen you post videos of your children playing their respective sports, and when you say high level, I think you are underestimating the quality of the work that they are doing as young athletes. And they are, I venture to say, correct me if I'm wrong, they're inspiring their teammates to be the very best they can be. And that little boy of yours, he doesn't have legs. He has lightning rods on the end of his body.
Yeah, he's pretty fast. Thank you. Yeah, he's pretty fast. Yeah, and they they work so hard. They do. They pretty much practice 7 days a week, to be honest, and they love it. So, yeah, they definitely have the work ethic.
Yeah. Your book, Girls Play Football Too, is an inspiration for young girls, not only for the sport of football, which I loved everything you said about opening the door for them to be in sports that they were women have previously been left out of, for lack of a better phrase. I love that you bring light to that, but it also is such a confidence builder. You know, when you look at the pages of the book and you see the intensity on Jayah's face as she gets ready for the game, and, you know, the one little boy, I don't want to give away the story, but there's one little boy who challenges her ability, and she gets right up in who she is, and basically is saying, oh yeah, watch me, you know. And I just love that that builds such great confidence in young girls. I see wonderful, wonderful things happening, not just for that one book, but for the series that you're bringing forth. You're doing good work.
Thank you so much, Teresa. I appreciate it. I love that aspect of it, too, what you brought up as far as the confidence. I think that instilling confidence, especially in our youth, girls and boys, is so important. So that's definitely another attribute that I wanted to display in the story. So I'm glad that you brought that up. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Much good luck to you. I'll turn it back to Deborah.
All right. Thank you.
All right, Teresa. Thank you for calling in.
You're so welcome.
Take care. And that another thing that's I think represented in the book is, you know how sports can be big competition in the sense of you got to win, 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 and I think that it reflects there's a balance there. Yes, you want to win, but part of it is the journey through the game and enjoying what happens. Can you talk about that a little bit? What you see for the kids and even for yourself being part of that elite group there?
Yeah, so for me, I mean, winning, everybody wants to win, but honestly, winning is the last thing. When it comes to sports, it teaches discipline, it teaches work ethic, it teaches teamwork, leadership ability, confidence, all of these things that you use later in life. So one day, everybody, we're not going to be playing sports anymore. We're going to get older, and that's not going to be something that's available to us. Our careers are going to end, but what sports teaches you is how to be a successful adult in any realm that you go into. So whatever career, like my kids want to be doctors and vets, and it's other things that I do as well, and they have big dreams outside of sports, but the work ethic that they learn by being athletes, the leadership that they obtain by being the captains of their teams, you know, the discipline that they learn when they have to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to a tournament or to get on a plane to go play in a tournament all day. You have to have discipline. You have to know that you have to take care of your body. You have to know that you have to eat right and drink plenty of water. All of these things are going to be able to sustain you way past, you know, the athletic realm. And I think that's what's so beautiful about athletics in general, is because it teaches you life lessons.
Yes, beautifully said. And I'm glad that you brought up, you know, nutrition and taking care of your body, because we're inundated with junk that's around. They call it food, but it really isn't. And so it's an education, and a lot of times you might not find that on TV or what you're looking at. So it's getting to know, it's doing research, it's getting to know. The parents' job, I think, is a key piece, is teaching the kids, you know, what to put in their bodies, and they learn from us. So it all falls from there. So if you're taking care of your body, if the parents are, then the kids see that and will make better choices if they're at school or they're at a tournament or things of that sort. And I know that there are times that you're not able to. You have to grab something. But so do you is that like when you were a child, did your parents really instill the nutrition into you as well?
Yeah, they did. Honestly, I own a gym now, and I own a gym because growing up, my mom was actually a trainer, and she owned a gym. So I grew up in the gym. I grew up around nutrition, and I was an athlete growing up as well my whole life, and I learned that when you eat right and, you know, you put healthy things in your body, you perform at a higher level. So just being young and being around the gym atmosphere, I learned that young, and I've been able to instill that into my kids as well.
Excellent. Well, let's talk about your ACE Athletics. Tell us when did that start, and you know, how did it come together, and how many people you have now, and all of that.
Right. Okay, so ACE Athletics, it's a 6,000 square foot. It's a health and wellness building. So I have a gym in the back. I have a hair salon and barbershop in the front, and then I have a spa area. Yeah, I have a spa area. I have a massage therapist studio, and then I have a studio where you can paint and pretty much express yourself artistically as well. So what it is, I really wanted a place where it's like a one-stop shop, where you can have a gym, you can work out, You can get your hair done, anything that makes you feel beautiful, you know, anything that allows you to express yourself freely when it comes to art and athleticism, all of that underneath one roof. So I had this idea for a while. I opened 2 years ago, and now I have different trainers. I have therapists there. Of course, I have women who do hair. I have my salons, and, of course, I have barbers who cut hair. I have people who come in, and they do the paint parties for adults and kids as well. I have kids' paint parties, too. So everything underneath one roof, everything that makes you feel good about yourself, I want it to have in one place.
Wow. So are they renting space as far as the massage therapy and then the hair and the barber? Everybody rents space, and it's like a yoga center where people come in and have their own services, but it's all under one roof.
Right. Exactly.
Wow.
And everything is by appointment only, so it's not just like an open gym where you can just come in and work out. As long as we're there, but you usually have a trainer and things of that nature, because I still wanted it to feel exclusive. I wanted it to be, we're all like family, so I know who's in and out, and we're all very close. So even if they're not my clients, I have other trainers who train, and they have their clients. All of us are like one big family. So I know everybody that's there. I like to have, like, certain days. I know when people are coming, I like to have surprises. So I may have breakfast one morning waiting for whoever has appointments at this time, or just different surprises and things, because I want it to be really exclusive and really personal. I like to have, like, personal touches on things. So I just want it to be like a happy place. So, and I've made it that so much that I feel like when people come, they don't want to leave. It's like, man, I love staying here. But I'm like, hey, you can stay as long as you want to. So that's kind of the feel that I wanted. I want it to be like a home away from home.
Wow, you're incredible, Jeria, with what you...
Thank you.
I'm serious. I mean, this is something that you have built, and it's only 2 years you've accomplished that. You're writing a series of books. You're a football player. You've got the 2 little ones. I mean, wow.
Thank you.
Talk about making a difference. You are doing that, lady.
Thank you. I appreciate it. That's definitely my goal, is just to inspire, and if I can do that and I can show other little girls, boys, other women, whoever, that they're literally, like I said earlier, I literally have that quote everywhere. I mean, I write it on my wall. I write it on every single sheet of paper that I have. There's no limit to what you can achieve, because I literally live by that. I feel like if there's something that you want to do and you're able to do it, you can put the work in and you can set a plan and make it happen, then definitely go for it. So that's definitely my goal.
Well, you're living the goal, and yes, you're serving others definitely with all that you have created and accomplished.
Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, we have a few more minutes before the next break, and I wanted to kind of bring up there are 15 women in the NFL these days that are in, higher positions. Do you see that, do you see that in the years coming, maybe even within a couple of years, that there'll be more women in the NFL?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, there are women, I mean, on pretty much a lot of coaching staff. Women are all behind the scenes in the NFL, too. Now we're actually seeing that coming to the forefront as far as, like, really being visible, because they're actually coaches, different position coaches and things of that nature. So I know that this is only the beginning. We've pretty much broken the barrier at this point. So we're pretty much going to continue to get those high-level opportunities and positions, and I can definitely see, more and more of this in the upcoming future. So that's super exciting as well. And to speak on that, Colette Smith, she was the first women's football coach for the Jets. New York Jets. She actually read my book, Girls Play Football Too, to a group of youth scholars earlier this week, and I thought that was amazing, because she was one of the trailblazers when it comes to women in the NFL with the New York Jets. So that's pretty awesome.
Well, what's her last name?
Her last name is Smith. Her name is Colette Smith.
Oh, okay. Wow. And I had read, too, that Jacqueline Davidson is a negotiator for the New York Jets.
Jets, yeah.
So that's neat. And then there's Sarah Thompson, who's an official. She's the first official woman.
Yep.
And then naturally that Kim Pagula, who's a CEO of the whole Pagula Sports, which is part of the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bills, yeah.
Yeah, it's how many years has it been? Hundreds, thousands of years, but here we are with
about time, right? So
yes.
It's exciting that they're the trailblazers, and I have no doubt that there'll be a lot more to come, following in their footsteps. So that's super exciting to see.
Yes. All right. Well, we should take another break. There's still time for callers, 833-220-1200. If you have a question for Jeria, or if you have a comment or anything, feel free to give us a call. Again, 833-220-1200. And the book series, and the first of the series, is Girls Play Football Too. And it's published by Authentic Endeavors Publishing. We'll be back in a moment.
It's a child's job to play, to learn, and to have fun. It's an adult's job to keep them safe. Did you know that 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 6 boys will be sexually abused before the age of 18? Every day, families enter the Children's Advocacy Center because a child's courage to tell someone what happened to them. Keeping our children safe starts with a conversation. This is Michelle Aranger, Executive Director of the Children's Advocacy Center. Learn more on how to keep your child safe. Visit cacofbc.org. This message made possible by the Fall River Rotary Club.
Delight your kids with an enchanting journey by reading the Paper Doll Kids children's book by Deborah Beauvais and Janine Sullivan. There's even a catchy tune, Kids for Love Song, produced by Bob Sherwood and sung by kids just like yours. The story weaves around 7 paper dolls flying around the world doing good deeds as they bring important attention to our endangered animal friends. There's even a magical ring with a universal message. Kids become interested in service projects, action through compassion, and planting seeds that nurture positive change. The Paper Doll Kids and Kids for Love Song are a production of the Kids for Love Project. Get the book now on Amazon Kindle and the song on CD Baby or iTunes.
Are you searching for a way to help create global change? Dream Vision 7 Radio Network's vision is to have an eclectic group of radio hosts dedicated to educating, enlightening, and helping humankind with positive messages and tools that enhance lives using different modalities and programs. If you would like to join our team and help illuminate the universe, call Deborah at 508-226-1723 or Deborah at dreamvision7radio.com.
Kids for Love. It's a project, a mission, and a radio show, and it's on the Dream Vision 7 Radio Network. Come join Deborah Beauvais and young co-hosts every Wednesday at 4 p.m. and 4 a.m. Eastern to celebrate kids making a difference. We invite kids to share stories of those helping others, and teachers can share new school programs that are creating harmony amongst the kids. Let's raise the bar together and cultivate a kinder world. Kids for Love Project, celebrating kids who are helping others.
What if everything we've experienced is but a pale image of what human life could become? It's now time to bring forward a new set of guidelines to live by, a vision of what human life was meant to be. The Second Genesis Awakening with your host, Deborah Bruin-Tout, singer, songwriter, and intuitive facilitator, will share insights and understandings interwoven with lots of stories from people just like you and I, who have longed for and begun this evolutionary shift of how life works.
Hi, I'm Deborah. Join me every Monday on DreamVision7Radio.com. The show airs at 12 a.m. and 12 p.m. Eastern Time. See you there.
EDESIA is a U.S. nonprofit dedicated to the dream of ending childhood malnutrition for millions of children around the world. Through the manufacture of Plumpy Nut and other nutrient-rich peanut-based ready-to-use foods, EDESIA has already delivered life and hope to nearly 1 million children in over 26 developing countries. To find out how you can join EDESIA's dream of ending childhood malnutrition, please visit edesiaglobal.org.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.
We can make a difference. We are gonna change the world one friend, one action at a time.
And we are back. And I would like everyone to know that's listening, for the month of March, we chose for our kids. Well, let me back up a little bit, because Dream Vision 7 Radio gives away 3 books per month, and one is a children's book, and we chose Girls Play Football 2 by Jeria, Ace author, who is our guest today. So if you'd like to get in the drawing, you just go on our site, and it's constant contact. It's all secure and everything, and you just put in your name and mailing address, and you could win a book. And then naturally you want to go on Amazon and get the book before, and maybe have one for yourself and give away another one for a gift for a child maybe that isn't able to receive the book, purchase the book. So think about that. So, Jeria, with the time that we have left, I'd like to ask you, what would you, we've covered so many things, and you've shared your, your journey and what your intention is and all your goals and everything. But what would you like the listeners to know? How would you like to leave that with them?
I think I'm just pretty much reiterating some of the things I've already said, but when you have a goal, never let anything get in between you and what it is that you want to achieve. The sky is the limit. There's literally absolutely nothing that it is that you can't do. Some things sound crazy. People told me that, girls don't play football, but guess what? We see that girls do play football. Girls play football too. I'm also a firefighter as well. And anybody that knows me, if you see me, I'm small in stature. I'm only 5 foot tall, 120 pounds. I'm pretty small. You don't see most firefighters my size, but if a building is on fire and somebody is in there that needs to be saved, I'm going to go get them. So, I really feel like I just want to say that if it's something that you want to do and it's something that you want to achieve, make sure that you go for it and you be the absolute best. Do it to the best of your ability, and never let anybody tell you that there is something that you can't do, because barriers are being broken every single day, and there's literally no ceiling and no limit to what it is that you can accomplish. So take that, use that in whatever realm that you go and that you're a part of, and you'll without a doubt be successful.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot that you have shared, and that's excellent. Thank you for that. I can't believe I knew that you were a firefighter, but I didn't realize you were only 5 feet.
Yeah.
You're my size. So how do you carry the equipment?
Yeah, it's heavy. So outside of it's super heavy, but that's why it's important that I stay conditioned and I stay strong. I stay in the gym. I'm very conscious of what I feed my body. So I have to make sure that I have plenty of protein and make sure that, everything that I put in my body is going to be beneficial. Of course, I have my cheat days and treats and things of that nature, but just being conscious of your health, making sure that I'm able to stay strong. I'm staying in the gym. I'm working out. I'm staying conditioned so that I'm able to maintain that lifestyle.
Wow. So tell us about your parents. Must have been superior to be instilling the kind of motivation that you have, and you must have siblings, or maybe, I don't know, do you have siblings, and what did they do, and how did they come to a place where they're really bringing you up with this feeling that, and this knowing you can do all things?
Yeah, I think I get it from my parents. I'm a lot like my dad, but my mom has the spirit to literally go after anything that she wants. My mom has had any type of business that she's wanted. She's opened and she's been successful. Anything that she wants, she goes after it and she accomplishes it. And my dad is just kind of super relaxed and laid back, and I have that personality as well, but he's also always been very supportive and always instilled in me to know that the sky is the limit. So I have two amazing parents who kind of have my same drive, and I think that's where I get that from. And my siblings, I'm the youngest of four, and, you know, the youngest is kind of like, a lot of times kind of like the firecracker. It's the one that, you know, me and my sister, the oldest, we're like 10 years apart. So it's kind of like, you know, I was that child, and it's like, you know what, we already have 3 kids. We just going to let the youngest just be herself and try everything and just, you know, do what it is that she wants to do. But my siblings were also athletes as well. So, you know, I think I come from an athletic background, but I've definitely, I would say I've definitely made the boldest of choices when it comes to career and things that I've done out of my siblings. But they're always like, you know, that's my little sister, you know, you go. So they've always been super supportive, and they're amazing individuals as well in their respective areas of occupation. So
yes, well, you can tell you can always tell how kids, you know, the foundation of what kids are all about, or people as they get older. Right. You know, it always reflects back to the kind of parenting that they Absolutely. Had, and the main thing is love, and so you must have felt that safety and that love that they Absolutely. Just, you know, spread to the 4 of you.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. At the forefront of it all, definitely love is what keeps everything together and bonded. So absolutely, without a doubt. Mm. And
then the kids naturally have them as grandparents, so I'm sure that's overflowing there.
Yes, and they're a big part of the success, too, because with me being really busy, sometimes my kids have practice pretty much every day. Somebody's going to have practice every day of the week, so a lot of times I need my parents to, hey, I'm at the fire station today, but Jayah has to get to softball pitching lessons. Can you take her? And they, you know, they don't hesitate to jump in and get my kids to wherever it is that they need to be. And all over the country, they're flying out to the tournaments and being there, being those supportive grandparents as well. So definitely a strong village.
Yeah, excellent. So now what do you see for Atlantic Amazon? Ace Athletics. Mm-hmm. What do you see, like, in 5 years? I mean, where you've created this whole complex under one roof. What do you see in 5 years?
I would love to continue to expand. I feel like this has been an idea that I've brought to life, and I think it's an amazing idea, and people love it there. It's really a place of healing. So I would love to be able to share that and open different locations in different areas where people can also have access to that same type of healing and everything underneath one roof, where you can go and you can feel amazing in the gym through a workout. You can get your hair done, make yourself feel beautiful. You can get a massage. You know, you can go to the spa and relax. You can do all of that in one place. So I would really love to expand and open different, you know, businesses with pretty much the same vision in different places, so that even more people can have access to that.
Are you thinking like franchising? Is that what's on your mind?
Yes, exactly. Mm. And just depending on the areas, you know, different areas may have a few different things that may appeal to the demographics in that particular area, but definitely a franchise type of thing.
Sure. I can see that happening, and again, you know, having everything under one roof, that one-stop shopping type of thing.
Yes, and I want to do it for the kids too.
Yes.
Like like the same aspect, but for just kids only. I would love to open something like that too, because I think that you know, kids need to be catered to and loved and feel love and have a place where they can pretty much experience that same thing. And a lot of times when you mix adults and kids in the same place, it's good sometimes, but sometimes, you know, kids are a little more, they're free and they like to express themselves a little more. So I would love to have, and I have kids in my place all the time, of course, but definitely just like a kids-only type of ACE athletics, but has the same thing, but just catered toward the kids. So I think that's a future goal as well.
Yeah, well, I can, if that's what you want, I'm sure you're going to manifest that.
Yes,
and it's going to be a reality. And I can see, do you have like daycare type of situation there for women that are coming in and wanting to do the different aspects of what's under the roof?
So that's my next thing. So we're getting ready to put together, especially for the summer, because right now, a lot of times women can, sometimes women can find childcare when they come in. But if not, I'll let them bring the kids either way it goes, especially in the gym. The kids like to work. A lot of times the kids like to join their moms or dads when it comes to the working out or when it comes to the spa days and things of that nature. And I'll let them bring them either way it goes. But that is the thing that I'm working on, an actual area where they can actually drop the kids off and the kids will have their own activities and things that they can do while their parents are, getting the different services. So that's something I'm working on, especially for the summer, that the kids will be out. So that's my next project.
Yes. Well, I can see that too, Jeria, where you would have the whole big gym and everything under the roof, the daycare piece, or, for the people that are there, and then maybe another building where the kids can go and have everything for them, and it's a whole big system.
Exactly, that would be amazing.
A little city.
Yes, I love the way you think. Absolutely, I can see it. I have to get on that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's all possible, and certainly you can tell that you're going to go in that direction and be successful because you already have. You're already doing the work. You've already created everything. So, well, we're out of time, and I want to thank you. You have been a joy, Jeria, to have you on the show.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. And everyone, check her out. Go to WFLA.com and check that out. And then on our, on the kids page on Dream Vision 7, all the contact information is there. So do check that out and get the book. Girls Play Football Too. And know that there's a series, so there's more coming. But everyone buy the book so everyone can read and get inspired. So again, thank you. And everyone listening, pass the show around. Tell your friends, tell other kids, tell the parents, so that you can be inspired and do different things for serving others and making a difference, because when you do, it fills each one of you up with love. When we help others, we're really filling ourselves up for love, and there's nothing better than that feeling and making a better world for the generations coming. So until the next time we come together, bye for now.
Until the next time, Kids for Love Project challenges everyone to create a way of serving others in need. Whether it's a nonprofit or helping kids in your neighborhood, we can all make a difference. The gift received in giving of self heals everyone and everything on the planet. Let's unite and build a universal circle of kids, all making a difference for a brighter world. Kids for Love Project, celebrating kids that empower others. To learn more, go to our Kids for Love Project Facebook page.
This is Dream Vision 7 Radio Network, uniting mankind with universal love. Our shows are created from the heart, bringing each listener to a place of divine enlightenment. Breathe, relax, and enjoy. Let life flow.